How do you stack hairpieces after you've pre-glued or pre-taped them? In this situation, I've tried to stick them to the dome. I need to put a new hairpiece on right now, so let's see how easy it is to take it off. Got a very strong hold. I wouldn't recommend this method. I will take it off eventually, but I might warp the hairpiece on the way through. And I don't want to destroy the fresh tape underneath by spraying anything that's going to wreck it. Maybe some alcohol. Definitely wouldn't recommend this. It'll rip before it disconnects if I pull too hard. The other method I had was to basically just stack the hair pieces one on top of the other, where the hair just stuck to the layer beneath it. Obviously that hairpiece is not something I need unless I ever go back to front partial because it's not big enough. Stacking hair on top of hair was okay when the tape was new. This tape is not new. And you can see it all sticking in the hairs. That hairpiece is probably destroyed. I mean, I could potentially try to brush it out. The other method I came up with was to stick baby wipes in between each layer of hair, like this. How well does this come off? Is it going to leave fluff everywhere? Should I wet it first? I think that requires a lot of cleaning before I do anything. This one has not got tape, it's just got glue. Should I make a day of it and clean all these hair pieces? I don't want to. I really don't want to. I'd rather just throw them in the bin and have more money, but I'm very, very poor. I'm going to take this off so I can stack these hair pieces in a way that will prepare them for me having to clean them. So I wouldn't recommend this method either for pre-gluing or pre-taping hair pieces and stacking them. Okay. Take this one off as well. As you can see here, removing tape often creates holes. Though I do think this one is kind of salvageable because that's the front hairline there. And I feel like I could repair temporarily at least that back section. This one never had actual liquid glue on it, it just had tape. That's definitely used tape. Looks like the water is boiled here. There's fire going on underneath this saucepan. I'm going to turn it off so I don't actually catch fire on the hairs. Now, let's see if we can remove the tape from this hairpiece by putting it in hot water. Will the hairpiece warp? I don't want the hairs to be touching the metal directly without any water on them. Will it warp? Will the tape just magically lift up by itself? Okay, so the hairpiece has started looking a bit white. It's all white, all white. Really hoping the tape is going to lift up just by itself. Oh. I don't know how to get a better camera angle for you. I've tried my best. I'm worried that the plastic's so soft that it's warping and breaking when I try to remove the tape. I'm sorry, there's a giant tripod exactly where I want to stand. All the hairs have stuck to the tape. So I can't actually see what's going on. God, look how easily the fork passes through. It's like soft as jelly. The hairpiece itself is I need something there that I can throw away afterwards. Super sticky. Hope it's not too hard to clean all this stuff afterwards. God. I'm gonna put gloves on. So far, I'm super worried that the plastic underneath is ripping, and this is not easier than just peeling it off with your fingers. Whoever suggested this, unless they've got an alternative method to 100 degrees Celsius water for a prolonged period of time. What do you mean? Do I soak it for 24 hours in boiling water? Do I boil it for 24 hours? Cook it? It's ripping. It's gonna rip. I don't want to rip it. But you can see the holes. It's just ripping. Okay, this should be easier now that I've got some leverage. Feels like it's ripping. I don't think it's any more effective than just nothing, just air. The hairpiece itself feels like it's really soft, like I'm either ripping it or warping it. The gloves are not much help. I mean, they're a nuisance actually. can see all the little holes starting to form from just the tension. I'm trying to not rip it, but it is warping. I'm trying to be gentle. I'll just put a massive hole in it. Yeah, if you write a comment like just use a bit of hot water to get a hairpiece off, to get the tape off a hairpiece, then you're just causing damage and setting people on wild goose chases. It's so destructive. It's such a hindrance to us to have such comments. So that's why I ask for verification and links and stuff like that, because most people are just full of shit. By default, you just assume people are full of shit. Okay, just tore another massive hole in it. There's your hot water. There's your hot water theory. Did hot water help? I'd say not. I'd say zero help, massive amount of hindrance. Next time, shut the fuck up. Don't comment if you're a dumbass. Is this hairpiece salvageable? Probably. We'll start with an area that is hard to get off. That would be easier to get off, right? Because it's got an edge. This has no edge. In fact, it's got 2 extra bits on the side, which will make it even harder than usual. Acetone. Do not put it on your fucking head, alright? Now, is it going to start bubbling and boiling and breaking? My hands are all covered in acetone right now. I am a bit scared of this stuff. It smells kind of sickly sweet, like something that... Well, no holes have, immediately melted through. Is it helping? Is it lifting in any way whatsoever? Did it do anything at all to help? I put a lot of it on, right? A lot, right? I put a lot of acetone, okay? On this hairpiece, okay? There are puddles of acetone all over this hairpiece now, okay? Acetone. No. Holes are ripping through the whole thing. It's... Oh. It melts the hairpiece like nothing. It's just, look at it. Okay, so I think this hairpiece is still salvageable. I'll still put it back together and wear it. Turpentine. Is it possible that somehow it'll attack the glue but not any of the plastic? I can't tell if this is melted from the acetone or from the terps. Not a very good experiment because I already slathered this entire hairpiece in acetone before we started the terps experiment. If turpentine doesn't fucking childproof shit. I think I need turpentine spray to get in there, because pouring out of that bottle would be problematic. It's hard to conclude if it's better than air, and it's got a strong smell to it, so I don't know if you'd ever get that smell out. Fuck it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who's our next victim? Looks so intact. Come back in an hour. Oh, whoops. So sick of this shit. I don't think it's safe to put a dry hairpiece there and just walk away. It needs to be wet at least. I want to wet it. I still don't know if I can walk away from this thing while it's touching metal. Don't catch fire on me. I trust you. Hi. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes so far. I can hear it gurgling. No fire yet, I don't think. Okay, another 10 minutes have passed. Can't smell anything except the remnants of that burnt hair from earlier. I'll leave it another 10 minutes. Okay, that's another half an hour. Flame is on full speed. It's been half an hour at least. The water hasn't dried out yet. Give it another 10 minutes. 45 minutes. So. Do you think the plastic's warping yet? You can see a bit of whiteness on that tape there in the middle. I'm inclined to keep it going. I put the kettle on just in case I need extra water in here, because that might all evaporate. So this is boiled water from the kettle. I just don't want it to run out. Will that flow up over and into the cage? Still lower than the cage. Right, still boiling. Coming back again at the 55-minute mark. Really want to see that tape lift off all by itself. Come back in another 10 minutes. Okay, I'm pretty tired now, so no matter what, I'm taking this thing out. Why is it darker when there's light? I don't know how it's even possible. Okay. Just coming under here, my fingernail. I just hate getting glue on my fingers, seriously. All right, let's see if I can peel this off. Got a bit of a lip there. The aim here, of course, is to discover whether or not we can find some way to make the tape come off more easily than not using anything at all. This is definitely coming off, but I'm just worried that I'm warping the plastic. Still got to get your hands dirty, but I've got to say, the glue's melted. I wonder if it's more from heat than from having any kind of water or liquid or anything. I don't know if you need to worry about a stove more than just like a, you know, near a heater or something, or a hairdryer. Still as gross as ever. But in terms of my objective here, which was to just remove the tape, I'd love to use one of my fingers now to zoom in with the phone, but I realize the back of these two knuckles. No, my fingers don't want to do that. Right. There we go. Remember that tear was already in there, okay? It's definitely coming off more easily. Now, to be fair to the person who said just use hot water without any explanation whatsoever, which is fucked, you might as well just shoot somebody in the face. I did not give them a full hour of being immersed in hot water. I only gave them about 15 minutes. But it's the kind of thing that makes you not want to use tape, right? It's messier than glue. And it breaks down and is so awkward. I can't even touch the phone to change the zoom level now, so I'll just try to keep it in shot, but just know that every time I film for you, I'm making my job twice as hard. Because I've got to keep things angled for your perspective, not mine. Get the fuck off me. Fuck, my fingers are all sticky. I think as this cools, it's solidifying the glue again. So I didn't do it fast enough. So if you can get yourself into a hot area, hot room maybe, it's just gonna tear. I feel like it's all warped. I don't want to cause any further damage. And I hate having glue on my hands. It's one of the reasons I keep wanting to get rid of hairpieces, because of glue. If hairpieces just stuck to your head, I probably wouldn't give a shit, it would be fine. But glue is the problem. Glue and tape. Tape's worse. Tape's much worse. God. I'm gonna rip this thing to pieces. Look, it's got tears all through it. Should I throw it away and not bother? It's a lot of effort for something I probably won't fix. But it's $300. I could buy a guitar for that much. Every hairpiece I throw away is another guitar. Look. I just can't be bothered. Anyway, did it help? I would say it lifted it a bit and then it sticks back down. So I don't think it really helps, even with over like an hour of just being exposed to steam. I don't think it really helps that much. I would say heat helps. Heat melts the glue. So if I was in a hot room, you put a heater on, close the door, and then start peeling the tape off. I reckon, despite your discomfort of being hot, fucking just get the fuck off me. It's another $300. Just wasted $600. 2 hairpieces done. In summary, don't use tape. Just use glue. Glue you can peel off and use C22 and stuff. Tape, you can't get under it. steam for an hour, hot boiling water, 100 degrees Celsius. We tried turpentine, we tried acetone, we tried C22, tried soap. Nothing is going to get tape off except your fingernail and a lot of perseverance. It doesn't want to fucking come off unless there are lips. And this may be different if you use some weak ass tape. Okay? We're talking about proper tape that actually holds to your head. This is Walker tape, okay? The 12-yard roll. Not the little minis. The minis peeled off one at a time. It was much, much easier to get the minis off than these big, long, strong ones, okay? But I'd say myth busted. That's it.